First things first, we are going to create a new document. Let's grab the base. So we are going to copy this layer, Ctrl+C to copy, Ctrl+V to paste. Right click and convert to a smart object, Ctrl+T to transform. Holding down the shift key, we are going to select these 3 layers and copy them together. Ctrl+C to copy, Ctrl+V to paste. We position this right here. This goes here. With the arrow key, you are just going to adjust this. Ctrl+T to transform. Position this right here. Ctrl+T, right click, and we are just going to distort it just a bit. Ctrl+T, right click, and we are going to warp as well. We are going to create a curves adjustment layer above all layers. With this layer selected, we are going to create a curves adjustment layer. Reduce the opacity. We are going to create a levels adjustment layer. With the mark selected, Ctrl+I to invert. With a soft brush, we press B. With a soft brush, we are going to set foreground to white and we are just going to paint some back. We are going to create a color balance adjustment layer and drop the layer right here. Once that is in place, you are going to reduce the opacity. With this layer selected, we are just going to rotate it just a bit. With the layer selected, we are going to apply a layer star. So we go for blending options. Then we are going to select drop shadow. So we are just going to adjust this a bit. So we close this up, right click, then we are going to create a layer. So we are separating the shadow onto a new layer. With the layer selected, we are going to create an exposure adjustment layer, clipped onto the layer. With the mark selected, Ctrl+I to invert. With a soft brush, B for brush, we are going to set foreground to white, and we are just going to be painting some shadows. Reduce the opacity. We are going to create another exposure adjustment layer clipped onto the layer. With the mask selected, Ctrl I to invert. With the soften brush, we are just going to paint some back. With the layer selected, we are going to create a mask. With the mask selected, we grab a soften brush. Increase opacity, set foreground to black. And we are just going to be masking out this portion. Reduce the opacity. With this layer selected, we are going to create an exposure adjustment layer clipped onto it. With the mask selected, Ctrl I to invert. With a soften brush, we are just going to be painting some shadows. Foreground set to white, and we are going to be painting some shadows. With the layer selected, we are going to apply drop shadow. Close this up, right click and create layer. So we are separating the shadow onto a new layer. Right click and convert that to a smart object. And we are going to apply motion blur. Create a mask. With the mask selected, we are going to set foreground to black. And we are just going to mask a portion of that. So with the same technique, we are going to paint more shadows and finish it up. So with the same technique, we are going to paint more shadows. With this layer selected, we are going to create a new layer just below it. Then we are going to be painting some shadows. We are going to create a curves adjustment layer. Create an exposure adjustment layer, then we are just going to invert the mask by pressing Ctrl I. With a soften brush, we are going to be painting some back. Once we have everything in place, then we are going to press Ctrl Alt Shift E to merge all layers. Right click and convert the layer to a smart object. Then we go for camera raw. So filter, camera raw filter. All we are going to do is play with the settings until we like the outcome. Once that is looking good, then we hit OK. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope to see you in the next one. Till next time, stay creative.